It's a big pleasure to see everyone here. By the raise of your hand, please show who is attending Tuesday Sangha for the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, wonderful. So the announcement and the information about this program, Tuesday Sangha, is at the hall, the reception. You can find it on the board, as well as any other information and programs that you might want to attend. My name is Vraja Lalana, and we conduct Tuesday Sangha every Tuesday at 6:30. So the purpose of the Sangha is to go deeper into the holy name meditation and reconnect within yourselves and read and understand Bhagavad Gita as it is together. It's not a secret that all of us read Bhagavad Gita, but the ability to apply it in life is very crucial. And the more we understand Gita as it is, the more enlightened and happy we become. Because Bhagavad Gita gives all answers to the questions. Okay, and we begin our Sangha with Maha Mantra meditation. Is there anyone here who haven't heard of Maha Mantra before? Please raise your hand. You haven't heard or you've heard? You don't know about Maha Mantra? No? You know? You do? And you don't? And you don't? You don't think so? Okay. All right. Hare Krishna, good to see you. Okay, so Maha Mantra. First of all, let me explain what mantra is. Man means mind, tra, purification. So mantra means the process of mind purification, but not all of any mantra can purify your mind. Therefore, our teachers and acharyas recommended that we meditate on the sound vibration of the Maha Mantra. Maha means big, universal mantra, which consists of 16 words, which are written here. And you were just singing it, right, during the kirtan. So who can tell me the meaning of these words? Does anyone know the meaning? What is the meaning of Maha Mantra? So 16 names. These are the names of God, okay? And it is said in the scriptures that the name of God is not different from God himself. So Maha Mantra is the sound incarnation of the Lord here on earth. So when we chant and meditate on the Maha Mantra, chant means repeat aloud so that you can hear it and focus your hearing on the sound of the Maha Mantra. So when we do that, all our senses reconnect with the Supreme. And what do you think happens with our senses when they are in touch with the Supreme? What happens? What happens to our senses when they are in touch with the reality of everyday life? What happens to our feelings, to our desires? Okay, you feel good. Okay, what else? What else? When you connect with the like everyday life, it purifies your soul. Really? Great. Perfect. What else? Like when we go to work, right? When we communicate, when we encounter different situations in life, does it purify us every day? No, right? No. Why no? Can you give an example? But what is the example? What are the examples when we're not happy? Are there examples when we're not happy? You complain, right? Yeah, so when we are unhappy, we complain. What else do we do when we're unhappy? Yeah. We get sad, depressed, right? We get, what? Exhausted, anxious, right? We may want things, we don't get them. we become very upset, right? So this is the reality. So is it possible to satisfy our senses, our heart, our feelings, what we hear, what we see, up to 100%? Is it possible? Who can tell me? Who is here 100% satisfied? Please raise your hand. No? Otherwise, I would take your class. Yeah, so basically, we cannot satisfy our senses through the contact with the material world, with what is going on, right? Why? Why do you think is it so? Exactly. Yeah. So let's take hunger. When we eat, can we satisfy ourselves for the rest of our life if we eat once a year? No, right? So we get hungry again and again. Or when we watch something, can we satisfy our eyes just once, maybe a week, by watching something nice and beautiful and fun? No, right? We need to look at it again and again. So it is impossible. So it is said in the scriptures, and those who have experienced that transcendental vibration in their heart, and when our senses are in touch with the holy name, they can feel that complete satisfaction. Why? Who can tell me why? Any ideas? So Bhagavad Gita teaches us, chapter 2, that we are actually spiritual creatures. We are not material. This body is like a cloth. So we wear this cloth until it is wearable, right? But when it becomes old, what do we do with the cloth? We change it, right? And we put on a new one. So this is an analogy for the body. But the soul is eternal. And consciousness, which makes our body actually alive, because of the consciousness we are alive, is also eternal. Therefore, when we are in contact with something eternal, we are eternally happy, okay? But when we are in contact is something which is going to die, get old, break, can we be happy? No. We just enjoy for a little bit, right? And then what happens? We become scared. What if we lose it? What happens? It becomes old, it's going to go away, and etc., right? So we become very anxious. Therefore, the solution that Lord Chaitanya gave us 500 years ago is Maha Mantra meditation, which purifies our senses to that extent that we start recognizing who we are, that we are actually spirit souls, and that our consciousness is spiritual. And once you feel that satisfaction within yourself, you become reconnected, we get that impression. What is impression? Impression is what creates is like our perceptions and habits. Is it easy to get rid of a habit? Please tell me. No, right? Is it good to have good spiritual habits, which are very hard to get rid of? Yes, right? So this is what we're doing here. We are creating those impressions that will work for our benefit life after life. Not only for this life, but life after life. Because consciousness is eternal, spirit soul is eternal, and our subtle body that consists of mind, ego, and intelligence lives much longer than our material body. Therefore, when we have those spiritual impressions, they're going to go together with the soul, okay, and in that subtle body. And the more we accumulate them, the more there is a potential for us to live eternally happy life, regardless of what is going on externally, okay? Do you know people who have everything but are not happy? Do you know people who have nothing, like so little materially, but are happy? See? Yeah, so the external is not the, the basis for happiness. Internal matters. And everything, as Stephen Covey says, inside out. So therefore, we begin our Tuesday Sangha with Maha Mantra meditation. We're going to learn here how to chant the mantra, how to concentrate on it all together so that we can feel that vibration, so that we can feel that happiness, experience it here, share with each other, right? And then go home and practice it. And then after that, we're going to read Bhagavad Gita. that will fill us in with the knowledge that helps us to understand who we are, why we're here, what kind of relationships will satisfy us, what kind of relationships we should avoid, what is nature, what is consciousness, and how to live life which is karma-free. Karma means we either suffer or enjoy just a little bit. What do we want? We want to enjoy for the rest of our life, right? So that's why we're here. Okay, so now I will show you how we do the Maha Mantra meditation. We do it on a japa beads. So this is a bag, and these are Tulsi japa beads, which you can take in a boutique, just here. Okay, and it has 188 beads. So every bead will be one mantra meditation, okay? When we meditate, we keep the beads inside of the bag because it's a very sacred process. And we go one by one like this. Why do we do this with our hand? Because it is very important to engage our senses into the process of the meditation. If at least one sense is not engaged, what happens? That sense will take our attention away. We will start thinking something else or doing something else, you know. Therefore, the process of sense purification is to engage all of the senses in the service of the Lord and reconnect them with the Lord so that they are fully, like, get charged. You know how you put on the charger, like your phone or something, and it gets fully charged? So that's what we're doing. We get spiritually charged here. So today I will be, okay, so let me finish this. So you can do it like that, okay, because the first finger represents our false ego, and it doesn't participate. Why do you think the false ego doesn't participate in the process? What is false ego? We have real ego, right? Ego means I am. Yes, putting ourselves above God, right? Or false ego is something which is not true about us. So when I'm saying, for example, I am a professional, yes, materially I am, but is it about me actually? No, it's not about me. It doesn't describe me. It describes my situation, but it doesn't describe my nature. Or if I say I'm a mother, does it describe me? No, it describes my situation in this life, but it doesn't describe who I am. Or when I say I am suffering, does the soul suffer? No, soul doesn't know how to suffer. She doesn't know, right? So again, it's about the situation. So the situation is a karmic aspect. The soul is a spiritual aspect. Therefore, the false ego doesn't participate, doesn't want. It means it was created through the process of karma, okay? And the karma gets resolved, dissolved. It goes away. The more we are focused on the Maha Mantra, the less karma is left to go through in life, okay? This is the process. It's the same, you're coming to the place which is dirty and you start cleaning up. So the more you clean, the less dirt is left. That's it, right? So that's what we're doing. So Maha Mantra purifies the mind. And then Bhagavad Gita makes the intelligence so strong that it gives enough protection to the mind. Okay? All right. So today I will be keeping it like that, and so that you can see how it goes, the mantra meditation. Then at home, you can meditate by using your bag. Okay? And before we begin, let's give our praise to the Lord Chaitanya, who mercifully gave us the Maha Mantra so that we can purify ourselves and become eternally happy. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. And let's also give obeisance to Srila Prabhupada. By his mercy, we're sitting in this wonderful place. He's a founder acharya of ISKCON all over the world. And by his mercy, we are reading Bhagavad Gita in all languages, because he dedicated his last years of his life to translating Bhagavad Gita into English, and then it was translated into all languages of the world, okay? So let's give obeisances. Namom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale. Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale. Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Guravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Okay? So now, let's begin the process. We're going to chant as loud as we can. For those who don't know the words, please follow them here. And the chanting should be heard by your neighbor, okay? So your neighbor, it will help your neighbor to concentrate on the sound and it will help you to hear yourself better. Please keep your body straight so that the prana circulates for all of your chakras and all of your body starts vibrating with the holy name, with the spiritual vibration that comes directly from the spiritual world. Okay, let us begin. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mahamantra ki jai. Thank you so much for wonderful chanting. How is everyone feeling? Any description before and after? Cleansed? Yes. Calm? More concentrated? Yes. Okay. It's good to observe the change, right? Yes. So it is recommended to chant Maha Mantra. So we did just one round now. It is recommended to chant 16 rounds daily in order to purify ourselves and develop, like revive our spiritual consciousness. Okay? All right. Prabhu, can you help me with Bhagavad Gita? Okay. So now we're going to read Bhagavad Gita. Our spiritual practice continues. Okay. Is there anyone here who haven't read Bhagavad Gita as it is? Please raise your hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, wonderful. So it's going to be your first experience. It's a sacred book. It's not different from the Lord. Therefore, we keep it in our hands. We don't put it on the floor. We don't put it in the places where we eat. Or so basically, we keep Bhagavad Gita. And yeah, you can join us here. Would you like to sit with us? Come sit here. Yeah. Would you like to sit here? Would you like to join? Yeah. So those at the back, would you like to come closer so we can hear each other well? Mm-hmm. Okay. So in a nutshell, Bhagavad Gita is a sacred knowledge. It's a wisdom. It's a Vedic wisdom, which was spoken 5,000 years ago by Lord Krishna himself to his devotee and friend Arjuna. So Bhagavad Gita is a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. And it teaches us multiple very, very important points. So first of all, how to deal with difficulties in life, first of all, right? And therefore Bhagavad Gita starts with major difficulties that are possible that Arjuna is going through. And Arjuna is sharing those problems, his thoughts, his traumatic feelings to Krishna. He's sharing with Krishna. And he's feeling helpless. He's feeling full of fear and anxiety. Although he is the strongest person, he's the strongest among people at that time on the world, right? In the world. So, and he's a warrior. He has a duty to protect his citizens from the evil actions, from the harmful actions. But those with whom he's supposed to fight are his family members. Imagine, he's supposed to kill them. And his friends and his teachers. Imagine how difficult it is for Arjuna, right? So this is one of the most difficult situations that could happen in life to anyone. So therefore Arjuna is feeling helpless, and this is a good example for us, right? What kind of situations can be there that may make us feel the same way as Arjuna is feeling. Not to that extent, of course. That extent is very, very, like, we are not comparing ourselves to that. And Krishna, in order to dissolve that fear and anxiety, he started speaking Bhagavad Gita. After Arjuna accepts Krishna as a spiritual teacher. Okay? And he admits that I'm your soul who surrendered unto you, so please instruct me. And Krishna starts his explanation with the knowledge of the soul. So first of all, he says, we are not this body, we are spirit souls, right? We are never born, we'll never die, nothing can kill us. So therefore, don't hesitate and just perform your duty, right? We shouldn't be avoiding our duties, right? Because of the fears or anxieties. And it's also very common when we feel that something is fearful or when we are scared of something. We may feel the desire to not to do what is supposed to be done, right? To escape the action. So that a big support from Krishna for all of us on how to think and feel at the most critical situations. So the second chapter is that support that you can refer to on a daily basis in any difficult situation, because Arjuna is showing it to us, and we see that example. So after that, in chapter 3, Krishna is giving the knowledge of karma, like how we perform, how can karma, like the activity can be performed so that we do not suffer the results. And the advice is there that we perform our activities without attachment to result. Okay? Even though you may be a great professional or a very rich person, you might not need anything, right? But still, we need to continue fulfilling our duties to show the example to others. Okay, and that's chapter 3. And in chapter 4, Krishna started speaking about the devotional service, what we need to do in order to progress spiritually. And he speaks about the teacher, the importance of having a spiritual teacher in life, and how to learn from the spiritual teacher. Why some people can learn and some people cannot, although they may hear the same message. Why do you think is it so? The whole class in school, for example, right? Whole class can hear the same message from the teacher. Some people can hear and some people cannot. Like they hear, but they might not listen. They listen, but they might not accept it or understand it, right? So the first of all, it depends on the mood. Okay, so Krishna explains in chapter 4 that it should be done in the mood of surrender and humility. Basically, this is the highest level of respect towards the knowledge, towards the wisdom, and towards the teachers. And in that way, the knowledge comes because it's a mercy. We cannot just get the knowledge when we want it, right? We may study so much, but it doesn't go through. So in order to receive the knowledge, we need to get the blessings. We need to be blessed for that, okay? And the mercy comes through the proper mode of a student. It's a mode of surrender. It's the mode of humility and respect and gratitude. So that knowledge is very important for all of us, right? Because in this mode, we can learn from everyday life, because Krishna is everywhere and he's teaching us, okay? And Bhagavad Gita opens that knowledge to us. When Krishna speaks to Arjuna, he's actually speaking to all of us. And then in chapter 5, Krishna continues with the spiritual knowledge, how to continue, how to serve, how to develop that consciousness, how to develop this, how to basically get on the level of karma yoga. Karma yoga is when we still need the results, right? We still need some money for life. We still have some responsibilities to perform as family members. We have different roles. But then how to perform those responsibilities so that it doesn't entangle us, okay? And in order to do that, we need to do it not for our satisfaction, because as soon as you want to satisfy your own senses, you start accumulating karma. It means you're going to either suffer or enjoy a little bit and then suffer again. Because when enjoyment comes to the end, what happens? We want more and we don't get, and we start suffering, right? So therefore, in order not to go through that karmic process, Krishna explains that just think of me, offer everything to me, do it for me, for my satisfaction, and then you will be karma-free, okay? And still do your duty in the best way you can, regardless whether you're going to succeed or you're going to fail. Still do your duty, okay? And then chapter 6, Krishna started speaking how to be, like how to elevate to jnana yoga, means like how to, through the accumulation of knowledge, how to start meditating on the Lord, how to start thinking of Him. So not only acting for Him, but also thinking of Him and purifying the mind through that meditation. Because when we act for Him, we start thinking of Him, right? But in order to go higher than this, we need to read about the Lord. We need to listen about Him, right? Therefore, Shravanam, which means hearing, is one of the most important processes in spiritual self-realization, because through hearing we get purified, and through hearing we can degrade. So if somebody is offending us, right, what happens? Our mood shuts, and all of the inspiration can be gone. So we should avoid those negative vibrations that are very damaging for spiritual consciousness, okay? On the other side, we need to hear about Krishna. We need to participate in such discussions. This is a spiritual discussion, right? And that's very pleasing to the Lord. Once the Lord is pleased and He's in our heart, He says about this in chapter 2 as Paramatma, He's eternally with us. Once He is satisfied with the way we think, live, and act, He purifies us and we become happy. So what else we need, right? All we need is to make the Lord happy. So the 6th chapter, Krishna explains what is the process of yoga. There is the 8-fold yoga system, which is very difficult to perform. So Krishna explains that out of all of the processes in this age of Kali, Bhakti Yoga, and in any other time, is the best way. So Bhakti Yoga engages us in devotional service, in thinking, in reading and meditating and glorifying the Lord, and therefore all of our senses are engaged, we become fully purified, and if Krishna is happy with our service, then we become happy, okay? This is the process. And today we're going to continue reading Bhagavad Gita. We start chapter 7, when Krishna starts opening up Himself. So He gave us the process, right? Who we are, how to live, how to serve, how to develop the whole process of the meditation and self-purification. Now it's time. We are supposed to be ready to meet him closer, okay? So he starts talking about himself more in chapter 7. So we can open chapter 7 now. It is page number 303. Before we start reading, let's give obeisances to the Absolute Truth by chanting the mantra 3 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, thank you so much. And each of us will have an opportunity to read today. This is a very blissful practice of, first of all, holding Bhagavad Gita in your hands, right? Reading it, getting in touch with the Lord, being connected with Him through reading. I will start. We're going to read Sanskrit, and then translation, and then purport, and everyone will read just one paragraph. Shri Bhagavan Vacham Maya Sakta Mana Partha Yogam Yun Janmad Ashrayah Asamshayam Samagramam Yatha Kyasyasi Tachrinu. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Now hear, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt." Several points Krishna is covering here. So, in order to understand Krishna, right, we need to practice yoga in full consciousness of the Lord. How do you understand that? What does it mean to you? How do you understand? In full consciousness. Yes. Yes, keeping him in mind and heart. Yes, in full consciousness means that there are no other desires other than satisfying the Lord. Okay? Within mind attached to me. So mind has the tendency to attach through the senses, right? And once we attach to something material, what happens? We get attached to the things which are not eternal, they are temporary, and that causes us fears, frustrations, because things, you know, they end one day and we become dissatisfied or we become scared. So this, the opposite to this is mind attached to the Lord. And we have several processes on how to do that. So Maha Mantra meditation purifies our senses. And once our senses are purified, we revive, we start feeling our spiritual consciousness, because the impurity, it's like a cover. You know, like if the window is dirty, we cannot see through, right? So same with our senses. When our senses are engaged in material things, they become polluted. And that taste for things that do not satisfy remains. And basically, it creates some samskaras. Samskaras means impressions. And those impressions make us want it more and more sweets, more movies, more this, more that, but it doesn't give us satisfaction, right? So when we purify our senses, the senses become spiritualized. And through that, they become happy. And the mind, once it's purified, right, it gets attached to Krishna automatically, okay? So with mind attached to me, so thus the mind becomes happy, you can know me in full, free from doubt, okay? Let's read the purport, the explanation of Srila Prabhupada. In this 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the nature of Krishna consciousness is fully described. So the nature of Krishna consciousness fully described in chapter 7. Krishna is full of opulences, and how he manifests such opulences is described herein. Also 4 kinds of fortunate people who become attached to Krishna, and 4 kinds of unfortunate people who never take to Krishna are described in this chapter. So in other words, there are 4 kinds of people who are easily attached to Krishna, okay? And there are 4 kinds of people who cannot attach, and chapter 7 will explain why. In the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the living entity has been described as non-material spirit soul capable of elevating himself to self-realization by different types of yogas. And what kind of yogas do we know? It's karma yoga, right? Acting for dedicating the results to the Lord. Jnana yoga, when we meditate on the Lord. What else? Bhakti yoga, yes. Bhakti yoga, when we fully serve the Lord with our senses, with love and devotion, right? Okay, so now, okay, has been clearly described. Yes. Okay, at the end of the 6th chapter, it's been clearly stated that the steady concentration of the mind upon Krishna, or in other words, Krishna consciousness, is the highest form of yoga. So what is Krishna consciousness? It is a concentration of the mind upon Krishna. When we concentrate our mind fully on Him, think of Him, want to do things for Him, become happy when we serve, right? Motivated to do things for Him, like for example, we go shopping, we want to buy things for the altar, what we're going to cook for the Lord, we start thinking what will make Him happy, what will satisfy Him, and etc. So He starts living in our mind, and the more He's there, the more we become Krishna conscious. So that concentration, the mind is actually gets purified through the concentration when the mind does one thing at a time. So when the mind meditates on the Lord, concentrates on the Lord, it becomes, it basically gets the qualities of that. Like for example, if you are watching something, did you notice that you may start feeling the same way, acting the same way? How people imitate each other, right? Friends, they may talk similar, they may kind of like things, like similar things. So we have this potential of imitating. That's how kids learn when they're small, so they imitate their parents. So the mind, when it concentrates on the Lord, it gets that nature. So it becomes spiritual, okay? And of course, once it becomes spiritual, it becomes happy. And that is the highest form of all yoga. By concentrating one's mind upon Krishna, one is able to know the absolute truth completely, but not otherwise. Impersonal Brahma Jyoti, or localized Paramatma realization, is not perfect knowledge of the absolute truth. So Paramatma is it's the representative of the Lord in our heart, okay? So the Lord is with us all the time. We are never alone. He's in our heart in the form of Paramatma. It's a super soul. The super soul remembers all of our lives, remembers past, present, and future. There is no time for this. Timelines, it's for us, there are timelines. We don't remember our past lives, right? But super soul remembers. So Paramatma is one of the aspects of the absolute truth, but it's not the complete knowledge, okay? Full and scientific knowledge is Krishna Himself, and everything is related to the person in Krishna consciousness. In complete Krishna consciousness, one knows that Krishna is ultimate knowledge beyond any doubts. Different types of yogas are only stepping stones on the path of Krishna consciousness. So meaning that any types of yoga are the instruments or the means to get closer to that understanding. One who takes directly to Krishna consciousness automatically knows about Brahma Jyoti. And Brahma Jyoti, it's an effulgence of the Lord. It's a spiritual effulgence. It's like light. And Paramatma in full. By practice of Krishna consciousness yoga, one can know everything in full, namely the absolute truth, the living entities, the material nature, and their manifestations with paraphernalia. So in other words, Krishna consciousness knowledge in full consists of this aspect: absolute truth, the living entity, material nature, manifestations, and all their manifestations with paraphernalia. Okay, so what is Krishna consciousness yoga? Who can tell me? What is another name for this? It's Bhakti yoga. So what is Bhakti? Pure love, yeah. Faith, devotion, pure love. And how is Krishna consciousness yoga? It was described in previous chapters, right? So the practice, what is the process, in your opinion, how we can show that love to the Lord? How can you show love to anyone? Yeah, so first of all, in order for us to show love, we need to know what the person likes, right? And what he wants. Because for us, love may be one thing. For them, love can be different thing. For us, love may be, I'll give you flowers, means I love, right? For them, give me something sweet, this is love. So this is different. So in order to serve the Lord, we need to understand what makes him happy, okay? What he wants. And he speaks what he wants, actually. He likes when we meditate on him. He said this, right, here in the verse. He wants us to think of him. And also, going forward, he will tell us what exactly he likes. He likes flowers. He likes nice food prepared without certain ingredients. He doesn't accept onion, garlic, eggs, meat, products. He doesn't like this, okay? And the most important thing, anything that we offer to him, right? How it should be done, the most important thing. It should be done with love, and that's why it's called Bhakti Yoga. So imagine you are giving a gift to the person you love, but not like this. Take it. It's my gift to you. Person, no, I don't like your attitude, right? So yes, Krishna accepts love. If you compare a rich person who creates a big offering for the Lord without love, and someone simple who just present one flower with a lot of love, so that flower will be precious for the Lord, and he won't accept that big preparation without love, okay? Because Krishna consists of love. He's absolute truth. He's absolute love. He's the best well-wisher. He's the friend, our friend, maintainer, mother, universe, sustainer, everything you can name it. Everything good is in him. So therefore, when we do things for him, Bhakti Yoga means do it with love and devotion. I'm working for you. I would like, with this money, buy something and cook for you. I'm raising the child for you, okay? I am performing those duties and making people happy from my service for you because they are your parts and parcels, okay? Everything can be connected. So Bhakti Yoga means connection. So what do we connect? We connect all our activities, all our actions with the Supreme, and all our activities become spiritualized. The money can become spiritualized once you connect the money aspect with the Lord. Food, cooking, cleaning at home can be spiritualized if you understand, oh, I have altar. Lord doesn't like when it's so dirty, right? It becomes spiritualized. When you come to the temple, I'm coming there for you, to see you. It becomes spiritual. Like, temple itself is a spiritual place, right? But by thinking, you perform Bhakti Yoga, okay? Everything can, whatever you connect, right? Whatever good, of course, not bad. Everything good that you connect with the Lord becomes spiritual. And that's how we perform Karma Yoga. But then we start meditating, we start reading, and that's already Jnana Yoga. But then when love develops and we do with love, not just because we learn that's the right way, right? But because we love, it becomes Bhakti Yoga. And then Bhakti Yoga grows, our heart is full with love. We treat everyone with respect because we understand that they are all spirit souls and they're all parts and parcels of the Lord. This is a complete satisfaction for the Lord. Okay, this is Krishna consciousness. This is what means Krishna consciousness yoga. Okay. One can know everything in full. Okay. So next paragraph, Prabhu, let's start with you. Okay, let me elaborate on this. So there are 9 forms of the service, which you can read about in Nectar of Instruction. It's a small book, which is available if you go out, and there is a boutique, and also on the wall you can get it for donation. So it's a very important and good book for daily reading, which explains practical steps in devotional service. So there are 9 processes that start from Shravanam, because Shravanam means hearing. Yes, and hearing, like through hearing we learn, through hearing we understand, and through hearing we create samskaras. Of course, for vision too, but hearing is the most important because it goes directly into our brain and the subconscious and stays there as this very strong impression. So yeah, so hearing is the most important, but there are 9 processes. And through those 9 processes, all of our senses become engaged, and therefore we can concentrate on the Lord very, very much. Okay, let's continue. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita was spoken by the Lord. When we read Bhagavad Gita, we hear from Krishna directly and get the explanation directly from Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so it's very blissful activity. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada said, never stop reading Bhagavad Gita. Never. Okay, if you read it 150 times, read it 151, etc. Okay. Exactly. Why it's not recommended to learn from someone who is puffed up with their academic education? Why do you think? Yes, so if like the word puffed up means that they are proud, right? If the person, bhakti yoga, is there a place for pride in bhakti yoga, in devotion? How can we serve if there is pride? We become what? You serve me, I am the Lord here, right? This is false ego. Therefore, yeah, therefore if we listen or hear from someone who is puffed up, this attitude actually is polluting our senses. Okay, we become polluted, and then the taste, it's not like, it's becomes unprotected. So we need to protect ourselves. We need to hear from those who are dedicated, who are in the mode of devotion, respect, love, gratitude, and from them we can learn. And these are pure devotees of the Lord. Okay, next please, Mataji. What is your name? Your name? Yeah. Stella? Stella, okay. So next paragraph, please. Mm-hmm. So Srimad Bhagavatam is 12 canto set of sacred Vedic wisdom books, which are about the Lord, about the saints, about all of the universal processes, karma, medicine, childbirth, everything. All of the information is there, okay? While Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Lord himself. Therefore, we read together Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and then from all perspective, we learn about the Lord and pure devotees and revive again our spiritual consciousness. Are you comfortable reading Sanskrit? You don't think so? Who would like to help? Who would like to help reading Sanskrit? Prabhu? Yeah? Okay. Jai, wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, let's continue with the translation. Mhm. Yes, so the more we hear about the Lord, the more we become purified. If we hear with attention, and as it's said here, right, the more we hear about Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, Krishna acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. So because our hearing, the Shravanam, the process, the first process of out of 9, right, of devotional service, it's very purifying, it is recommended, and it's very pleasing to the Lord. Therefore, these activities that we are doing here now, it's very pleasing. We are in the process of purifying our hearts. You can continue doing the same at your home with anyone. Just read together, discuss something, like discuss, read, and that will be very purifying. It can be a practice for daily life. It should be the practice for daily life. In the evenings, for example, that's, yeah, the process of self-purification. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is very important. So devotional service means bhakti yoga. So once we develop that desire, right, to dedicate everything, to act for the Lord, to satisfy the Lord. So He's first, we are after Him. If He is satisfied, we are happy, right? This is the devotional service mood. And once we become fixed, right? Once we develop that devotional service, we become freed from the modes of passion and ignorance. So who knows what passion and ignorance? Is anyone here knows? Please raise your hand. No? Okay. So you know what passion and ignorance is? The modes of passion and ignorance? Ah? You don't know them. Okay. So the nature, right? Material nature has 3 modes. And material nature governs our karma. So the 3 modes of material nature, they are basically contain our karma. And those modes are mode of goodness, which develops, motivates us to read more, learn more, serve other people, be kind, be intelligent, right? But still material. And through acting in that way, we still accumulate karma. Why? Because every mode of material nature is connected to satisfying our senses. So in the modes, under the influence of the modes of material nature, we do not think of the Lord, we think about ourselves. So for example, it's good to help other people. We are satisfying our senses in that way. When we say, oh, I like to be kind. It's nice to be kind, okay? And that's satisfying my ego. Therefore, the mode of goodness is not pure, like it's the purest amongst material natures, right, amongst material qualities, right? But it doesn't give us freedom from karma. Then underneath the mode of goodness is mode of passion. It has less purity than mode of goodness. Why? Because it is based on active work, a lot of desires, cravings, and people who are influenced by that mode through their desires, actually. Yeah, the modes of nature doesn't go after people. It's our desire put us under the influence of the mode. We want something, and then the mode comes and start influencing us, okay? Because they exist simultaneously, okay? So mode of passion makes a person, influence the person in the way that the person works a lot, wants a lot, gets frustrated easily, becomes angry easily, and accumulate a lot of karma, more karma, okay? And then below this is the mode of ignorance. And this is the toughest because it has no happiness. It is described as laziness, sickness, depression, frustration. They can be poverty, they can be hunger. So it's the most dangerous karma. It's the most dangerous mode of material nature, and it's better to avoid it. Okay? And the process of getting out, if it's hard to jump out from mode of ignorance into the mode, into bhakti yoga, usually it is hard. So it's recommended to go into the mode of passion. For example, the person didn't want to work, was lazy, right? For example, and it's a mode of ignorance, and he starts working hard. It's better than not working. It's better than not doing anything, right? So, but that's still mode of passion. And then if from mode of passion he starts educating himself, developing himself spiritually, right? He gradually goes through goodness, because goodness is the closest to the spiritual world, enter the process of devotional service, which starts with karma yoga, dedicating the results, then jnana yoga, meditating and learning and studying, right, through the scriptures and everything. And then love develops. As it is said here, that devotional service, once we are fixed in that, we become free from the modes of passion and ignorance. So in other words, we become free from the most dangerous karma that entangles us and those who are around us, because we can influence other people too. Okay? So devotional service is very potent, although it seems to be so easy to perform. Just come to the temple, sing in front of the deities, chant Hare Krishna, right? Read Bhagavad Gita as it is, give Bhagavad Gita to someone, okay? That will satisfy Srila Prabhupada. Read about the Lord, discuss, right? Have a discussion, spiritual discussion. It's so easy, but then, Hare Krishna, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Yeah, but at the same time, it's so potent, okay? Yeah, okay, let's continue. You're ready. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And living. Mm-hmm. So through devotional service, we understand the science of God perfectly. Yeah. So in other words, through Bhakti Yoga, we understand the Supreme Personality of God. We understand the Lord. And it is another good example on how we should establish relationships in any soul, right? Through the service. So Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to love. Through devotional service, we develop that love towards the Lord, but everyone is part and parcel of the Lord. So if we want the Lord, there will be no one whom we hate or whom we don't like or whom we neglect, okay? Therefore, Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to love. Devotional service gives us that ability to accept, to understand, to love, to serve, and think not about yourself, but about your loved one. And if the loved one does the same back to you, then that relationship becomes full of service. And if in that relationship God is in the center, this is the most loving and happy relationship that can exist. Okay? Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, text number 2. You're comfortable reading Sanskrit? Yeah? Okay. Translation. Yeah, so in other words, if we understand this knowledge, everything will become open to us. There is nothing else remains for us to know. We will understand. Absolute truth is everything. Okay? Okay, purport? Yeah, so the knowledge have several aspects, right? It's the world itself, the spirit behind him, because the matter cannot, it's not alive. The matter becomes alive through the spirit. Spirit makes the matter alive, so the spirit is behind it. And what is the source of both? Both material and the spiritual is the Lord himself. So confidential devotee means that Arjuna is in full complete service. He is in full surrender and means confidential devotee, right? He's in full love. There is nothing in his mind and heart that he wants to do for himself. He acts totally and completely for the Lord. So this is confidential devotee. And a friend, who's a friend? How will you identify that someone is your friend? Huh? Yes. Can you share everything with someone you don't trust? No. Can you share anything with someone who envies you? So it has to be a person you trust. It's a trustworthy person, right? And it's a person who doesn't envy you, who won't do any harm to you. Therefore, this knowledge can be open to someone who is not envious. Envious people can read it, but they won't understand it. Yeah, anyone can read it, right? But they won't understand it, but because there is no mercy. Krishna gives this knowledge to Arjuna because Arjuna is his friend and devotee. Yes. Confidential means it's very private. They're very close. Yeah, it's a very close relationship. Relationship, yes. It's like husband and wife. It's very confidential, right? What wife knows about husband knows, nobody, no one else knows, right? So it's a confidential, yeah. Okay, let's continue. So the cyclic succession starts with Krishna. The cyclic succession means that someone passes the knowledge down to the student, and then the student passes to another student, etc. Right? So the disciplic succession starts with Krishna. Krishna speaks this knowledge. And then if you want to find, it's page 32, which shows the whole disciplic succession, how this knowledge comes to us through Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so this knowledge can be received only through the disciplic succession. Why? Because every person in that disciplic succession is, first of all, a devotee, pure devotee, which Lord gives them the qualifications of a spiritual master, and they are entitled to give that knowledge. If the person doesn't have that qualification, if they are not in the mood of devotional service, in love and devotion, if they're envious or thinking about themselves, they have no quality. They cannot pass that knowledge down as it is. They will alter it. So the ego, the false ego, will be explaining it in different ways to gain something for themselves. Therefore, it passed to us down through the disciplic succession, which comes directly through the Lord. Yeah, so all of the knowledge is in the Lord, right? And it comes from the Lord. Once we understand the Lord through love, devotional service, and by His mercy, all of the knowledge becomes open to us. And spirit soul, it's blissful, it's knowledgeable, and it's eternally happy. So basically, once we get in touch with that our true selves in devotional service, everything will open to us. So with this in mind, we're going to finish because it's time for the darshan. And if you have any questions, please come to me. I will be here. Okay, and also please come to get some prasadam. Okay, Hare Krishna.